So you didn't see yourself living in the UK then, long term? Is there a particular reason why you wanted to leave? Did you meet your wife, Pat? Did you meet her here in Thailand or did you meet her in Newcastle? Did you get culture shock when you went to the UK, Pat? And did you have to purchase the land or it was already within the family? Is there any kind of things that you found quite difficult doing business here? What would you say your monthly budget is? What is the most difficult part of it for you living in Thailand? What would you say is the biggest challenge for you personally?
The part that I hate is...
So today I'm out here in Kalasin province, not too far from Pong province. I'm with my friend Robert and his wife Pat and his daughter Sofia. They built a beautiful cafe out here in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the rice fields, as you can see here from the drone. It's beautifully located. And Robert's going to be showing us around today and telling us a little bit about his story of living here in Thailand, how he ended up here, why he left the UK, and what his plans are for the future. So let's go and take a look around. All right, so Robert, here we are at your cafe, White Bridge, and you were telling me before that you're actually an ex-game developer, and you've back in the UK is what you did, right, as a full-time profession. Yep. Can you tell us a little bit about what that involved and what you used to do as your career back in the UK? I think it's very interesting.
Sure. So I've been a game developer for just over 30 years. I started with what was one of the first PlayStation games to be released, Destruction Derby, and then spent around about 15 years making various racing games, the Test Drive series, Wheelman with Vin Diesel. I was one of the co-founders of Pitbull Studio. So originally, we would make the complete games. So the first games we worked on were with, say, a team of 6 people back in '94. And slowly games got bigger and bigger as the budgets got bigger and bigger, more people playing the games. Yeah. PlayStation really took off. I mean, I think the PlayStation 1 sold like over 100 million units. Yeah. So the teams got huge. In the end, I mean, around about 2004, we were up to around about 100 people working on a game. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it really skyrocketed and we couldn't completely make a game with a studio in the UK.
Oh, really?
Not where we were based. So we then started helping other studios make their games. My team would specialise in sort of the high technology part of development, so the development of the engine, optimization of the game, making sure it works on different platforms, bad crashes, and we were like the firefighters for various studios.
Were you a gamer yourself? Because this seems like every young guy's dream would be like, I'm a gamer and I'm going to develop games for a living, but then the parents would say to them, that's never going to work, you got to get a real job.
Actually, no. I didn't really play a lot of games. I think because I was working on the technology side, I got more interested in that. It's like if you program in Microsoft Excel, it doesn't mean that you love spreadsheets.
Yeah.
And, you know, I do play games, but they tend to be the same sort of things that regular people play with, little golf games on the phone or things that don't take a lot of time. I don't have time for all these big PlayStation games.
And where were you based in the UK doing this? Was it in multiple areas or were you settled in one area in the UK?
Most of the time it was in the Newcastle area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you meet your wife, Pat? Did you meet her here in Thailand or did you meet her in Newcastle?
No, I met her in Newcastle. So she'd been living in the UK already for nearly 10 years when we met. We really hit it off straight away. And
so I'd just like to thank everybody that's taken the time to leave their feedback on fruiting body mushrooms over this past year or so. I've received a lot of comments and emails from people that have tried out the mushrooms for themselves. And it's that kind of feedback that gives me even more confidence to tell you guys more about Fruiting Body's mushroom supplements. As I've mentioned on the channel, I've been taking reishi and lion's mane from Fruiting Body now for well over a year. I use them for very different purposes. If I want to feel creative, and I know I've got a project to do and I want to be a little bit stimulated, I will use the lion's mane. That's how they affect me personally. If I want to chill out and relax and just wind down for the evening, I pop a couple of the reishis. And what I like about the effects is that they're very subtle, and I'm also very familiar with the research that has gone into reishi over the years, which is mainly based on immunology and supporting your immune system, but also the research that has come out of Queensland University in Australia, showing the impact of lion's mane on nerve regeneration in particular. I do have subscribers that have had success with cordyceps and other ones that have been using lion's mane. But even if you end up not going with fruiting body mushrooms, one of the important things to remember is you want to find a supplement that has a high extract ratio. So you're maximizing the active compounds of the mushrooms. There's a lot of mushroom supplements out there these days that use a lot of starch or fillers or mycelium on grain. Try and find yourself a supplement that's got maximum fruiting body, maximum active compounds, and a high extract ratio. Fruiting body now ship worldwide. I've left their link below in the pinned comment and the description. Shipping can be quite high if you're outside of Thailand. It's obviously quite cheap if you're within Thailand. They are working on getting that cost down, and I will be reporting on the channel when it's much cheaper. I really do hope that they have an impact on your life as they have in mine and a number of my subscribers. Because that's quite unusual. Most people I talk to, they've met their wife in Thailand and then they've kind of been complicated to move out here and all that stuff. So very few meet their wife that I've talked to personally in Newcastle. What was she doing again there? What was she working as?
She was working in a restaurant, so it was a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just started talking a lot. I became a very regular customer there. And,
On purpose?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then you at some point have decided to move out here. Obviously, did you sell up your business, or how did you separate from that and then decide to make this move?
Yeah, so I saw changes happening in the games industry, and so I decided to sell my last company probably earlier than I normally would have. But I saw a lot of risks, so I wanted to sell. I spoke to my solicitors to find buyers, and one came up. It was right before COVID. We actually sold the company during COVID, and they didn't want me to leave. But I told them that, because of everything happening in the UK, I really wanted to move out to Thailand. It also meant my wife could be closer to her mum, her family.
Yeah.
It meant Sofia, my 8-year-old daughter, she has a lot more things to do out here.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more interesting out here. You can be out in the sun as much as you want.
It's a different lifestyle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's doing stuff every day now. So she goes to gymnastics, she's doing taekwondo, so many extra things after school.
Yeah. So you didn't see yourself living in the UK then, long term? Is there a particular reason why you wanted to leave? Was it the weather mainly, or?
Yeah, it's just a better quality of life in Thailand. We'd been quite a few times, and I just loved it here. You never wanted to go back to England. You get back there, and it's dreary, cold, windy, wet.
Yeah.
Everything's expensive. You go out for a meal, and it's £100 for 3-4 people.
Compared to Thailand?
Yeah, here I can take out the whole family. There's like 12, 16 people, and it's, so cheap.
Yeah. Did you plan to live this rural when you first set out to come to live in Thailand? Or were you thinking, maybe we'll go to Bangkok or we'll go somewhere, where there's civilization?
We considered it. If there was a good English language school here for my daughter, we would have stayed out here in the rice fields. But there wasn't really one that we thought would, set her up for when she's 18 and wants to go to university.
Right.
I'm sure there are, but I thought it was too much of a risk because she didn't speak Thai.
Yeah.
So we found a school in Khon Kaen. Khon Kaen's just 1 hour from here.
Okay, so you live in Khon Kaen and then you commute here to the business, right?
We have a house here. We travel here at the weekends usually. My wife is back and forth during the week bringing food supplies.
Yeah.
And me and my daughter live out there during the week while she's in school.
Okay.
It works well. It works well for us.
So you've come out here as well, and you've also decided to start a business. This is White Bridge Cafe. So you're going to show us around now. We'll go and take a look inside. So how long have you had the cafe, Robert? How long have you been here?
We've had it for just coming up to 2 years now. It's been the 2nd anniversary in July.
And had you had any experience before in doing cafes, or just this is something new? You were mentioning that it was more of a fun project than something to do. What were your thoughts behind, inspiration behind doing it?
So originally, Padma's sister, she had a little noodle bar that was just out on the road there. Just one of the little shacks, and they would sell just very cheap noodles. And we could see there was potential for good business. There was quite a few people coming past. There wasn't really enough parking to get enough people in.
Yeah.
But we could see the potential with the traffic.
Yeah.
So yeah, we we thought it'd be a really good idea to put something here. There's no real big cafes like this in this area.
Yeah.
I think the nearest ones are like 30 to 40 minutes away.
Okay. And are you usually here, or do you spend time elsewhere? Like, or is your wife usually here? Like, if someone was to come and visit, is it likely they would bump into you here or not?
We try to be here at the weekends.
Yeah.
My wife is here more often,
Okay.
but still she's travelling backwards and forwards,
right.
helping with Sofia in Kongen or buying supplies for the cafe in Kongen.
So you've done some really nice seating areas here as well. Who was the designer?
So it's mixed between my wife and there's a lady that we use who does a lot of the work on the Cafe Amazons in this area.
Oh, really?
So together they came up with this idea. It started quite small and then we grew and grew as more ideas came.
Yeah. And did you have to purchase the land, or it was already within the family land?
Yeah, this is family land.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's nine rai shared between the three sisters, and then the cafe is occupying 3 rai of that.
And you mentioned the staff here are all family, Pat's family and stuff, so it's good.
A lot of family,
Yeah.
but not completely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it gives them something to do around here as well, though. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. The key feature of the place as well, White Bridge, is the White Bridge, yeah? Pat was mentioning that this one was inspired by her time in Newcastle, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
Was she disappointed to leave Newcastle? Like, as a Thai woman, did she, maybe I should ask her as well, but do you think she enjoyed living there in the UK?
She did. I mean, it was me really that pushed to move to Thailand early. We'd planned to move 2 years later than we really did.
Okay.
But with COVID, how it was in the UK, I wanted to be out here.
Yeah. As for like your social life out here, obviously it's a bit remote. Do you have many expat friends, and do you think there's an expat community here? Like if someone was to come and live out in this area of Kalasin, you think there's an expat community?
Yeah, there definitely is. It depends what sort of entertainment you want, but there's a group that meets at one of the local like farang shops.
Yeah.
I think they meet 2 or 3 times a week. And yeah, there's other people who work on farms here. They just independently arrange meetups, and there's plenty of people around here.
It's social enough. It looks remote, but I'm meeting more and more people doing this as well, and talking to people. I've been surprised at how many people are actually living here and doing all kinds of different jobs, whether it's in the farming, like you say, cafes, restaurants, that sort of thing, yeah.
In this area, there's not much for the kids to do.
Yeah.
Even football fields, all the football fields seem to be like concrete based.
So you decided to put this kids area in for the little ones.
Yeah, we've got various of these raised seating areas, and we've got the big glass building over there as well.
Your customer base here is mainly Thai or Westerners?
It's probably 80 to 20 Thai to Westerners.
Okay.
And the food, we have Western food as well as Thai food.
And so you got a nice cake selection here.
Yep.
Would you say the Thai food is your best seller here, as in food wise, or?
I think it's a mix of some of the Thai dishes, and the pizza is really popular here as well, with both Westerners and Thai people as well.
Did Pat learn that in Newcastle when working in a restaurant, how to do the Western food? Did you learn that, Pat? A little bit?
I have worked at the cafe before, the decoration.
In Newcastle, right?
In Newcastle, yes.
What made you, Pat, go to the UK? Why did you decide to go to the UK?
UK, I think UK is a good opportunity for something, So to get, for the whole family, really, yeah.
Did you get culture shock when you went to the UK, Pat? Like, was it what you expected, or did you get shock living there?
A different life, different lives.
You
so.
can deal with the weather and stuff like that?
Yeah, try to get on with the weather and all the social on, in UKs.
Do you think that Thai people do well in the UK? Like, they like it, or they want to stay longer, or they usually miss home too much?
There's some of them miss home, but I think they prefer to stay there for longer, for find jobs and working.
And did you ever think that you would live there long term, like forever?
For me, this I like to live longer, but not forever, but longer.
What do you miss? Here. What do you miss about the UK?
UK, so miss weather. Yeah.
So you miss the weather in the UK? That's interesting.
I miss the weather.
Misses the snow.
Oh, you missed the snow as well. My wife has never seen snow because
And my daughter, she still when she sees snow, she likes snow, so she misses that.
What about when you was living there? You could get access to Thai food and things like that.
Yes. In Asian food, you can easy to find,
Yeah.
so it's not difficult.
And you can cook Chinese food because you work in Chinese restaurant, right?
Some, yeah, I do a quick cooking, so it's but not like a head chef doing it. I still like servings and things like that as well.
Great. Thank you, Pat. Thanks for answering my questions about the UK.
We have the new building.
With a lot of folks, when we live out in rural Thailand, we're so used to building stuff that once one project is finished, you want to start the next and the next and the next, and it's hard to stop. Do you have a project after this you're thinking about? Or?
We're talking about doing something with the garden here, just to have an open space for people on an evening, to have music and drink, and, some food as well. But we're still just in the planning there.
So also, Robert, I've done a number of businesses here in a similar industry. How do you find doing business in Thailand? And is there any kind of things that you found quite difficult doing business here?
The accounts side of things is very difficult for me. I'd like to help more, but I did all of the accounts for my businesses in the UK.
Yeah.
And I think the problem here is all the receipts are in Thai language. I don't know what's food or what's napkins. That can be difficult, so I have to leave that to Padima.
Okay.
She wants help, but I look at the paperwork and
You can.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And also, I think the accountants, they want slightly different things to what they want in the UK.
Yeah.
So I just have to leave all of that. And it's quite stressful.
Do you find the process a little bit confusing sometimes in what is required to submit, what's not required to submit, and, things like VAT and stuff like that? Is it a confusing process or?
It's not too bad. The VAT process is a little bit different to the UK, but maybe I've not done that in the UK for a few years now. I know they were switching over to more modern systems.
Yeah.
But here you submit the VAT returns every month, or we do.
Yeah.
In the UK, it was a once a year thing, or maybe 4 times a year. Yeah, it's quite different.
Did you make any mistakes in the business process that you learnt from? Something that you did wrong at the start and you wish you'd done differently? Something you learnt from along the way, or even in the construction process, anything like that? Or did it go plain sailing?
No, I would say. The building process went mostly really well. We had a few snags, a leaky roof here and there, or the odd tile that needed replacing.
Yeah.
But it's nothing unexpected. We would have had similar problems in the UK.
Nothing you would do differently now, or?
No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can expect everything to be perfect straight away every time. Yeah. I think that's a mistake.
All right, so this is great for your parties, for your corporate events, birthdays, things like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful space. So something I always ask everybody that I chat with is, obviously, many people that are watching this channel are thinking about moving here, coming to live here, about costs of living in Isan. Mm-hmm. So what would you say your monthly budget is, and has it changed much over the years? Have you been able to draw it in, or has it just gone through the roof like mine has? I don't know.
I think that the budget's it's much better than it was in the UK. We spend a lot less here. The food is really cheap. Mm-hmm. If you don't have children as well, or if your children are grown up, it's even cheaper.
So what would you say, like a ballpark figure for living out? Everybody's is different, of course, because it's lifestyle. It's whether you own your house or not, or you're renting. That adds a big factor. I think renting in Khon Kaen, minimum you'd be looking at is, for something quite nice, 10,000 baht, something like that, for something decent. And then all the way up to 30,000 for maybe a bigger property. Yep. So excluding, you don't rent because you bought your home. And in your case, you have your wife and Sofia. What would you say a ballpark figure for, or do you not track it? Some people don't track it at all.
We don't track it much, but I would say, it depends on what people want, but you can spend £500 a month, or you can spend £5,000 a month.
Yeah. Are you a drinker, Robert, or?
Not much, no. I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm trying to stay off the beer.
So that's a big one as well, isn't it? It's a big expense if you're socialising a lot and drinking, a lot of beer and that kind of thing. Yeah. So this pond as well, did you put this in, Robert, or?
Yeah, so we had water on the backside of the land.
Yeah.
and we basically just pumped it over here. We made a slight mistake last year because the pond was getting really deep. So we had the uncle, he pumped some of the water out.
Yeah.
And then we've hardly had any rain, so now the water's been really low. There's fish in there.
There's the fish in there too, yeah.
So we're just hoping for some more rain now to get the pond level back up.
Yeah, yeah.
And we know now, don't drain it.
Don't drain it. So this back area is another seating area of the cafe, Robert, right?
Yeah, that's right. Very popular with Thai groups.
Yeah.
We've had Farang stay here as well, but mostly Farangs, we tend to like the air conditioning.
Yeah.
But it's a nice area. In the evening when there's a bit of wind, it's really nice out here.
And if people want to visit, usually they don't have to book. They can just stop by, right? And they can find more information. I'll leave a link to the place below in the description. And if you are in the area, in the Calasin area or the Konkan area, you can pop by and see Robert and Pat here. So Robert, thanks for showing me around today. I really appreciate it. As I said, if you are in Calasin, do stop by and see Robert here. Do you see this as the long term for you, Robert? I know this is more of a side project for you, but do you foresee staying in Thailand, or have you got dreams of moving to another country at some point in your life, or what's for the future?
No, I'm here for good. I'd love it here. I can't imagine myself living anywhere else.
I do ask this, I've forgotten to ask you earlier, but what is the most difficult part of it for you living in Thailand? What would you say is the biggest challenge for you personally?
The part that I hate is the feeling that you're a little bit temporary because of immigration. You have to do the 90-day reporting, or depending on visa category, you've got 90-day or every year reporting to the police.
Yeah.
The constant renewal of the visa, which technically they might fail 1 year if you do something wrong, or
so you're never there's no assurance until you have like a permanent residency or citizenship that this is your home where you've invested your money, your family are here, and that kind of thing. That temporary feeling. It's just one of those.
That's a minor thing, I think, compared to all the positives here, so it's fine.
All right, Robert, thanks a lot. Thanks for showing me around.
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers.